Hi Maniacs, my name's Lyric and welcome to day 9 of 31 Days of Halloween. Today I'm going to be showing one of my classic, I'm still shiny, my primer didn't do its job. I'm going to be showing you guys how I do my classic Oujia makeup. So this is not like I'm the actual board or like it's been carved in my skin. It's more like being possessed by a Ouija board and stuff ensues. So yeah, this one is one that I love doing. I don't get to do it very often because it is very time consuming and very gory, which is how I like my SFX makeup looks to be. Alright. My yellow contact lens is from honeycolor.com. I have this in a pair. They are called Crazy contact lenses on there. But you can also get the Manson lenses, which are the exact same thing, except they have a black ring around it. And with that, let's get started. Alright, so I'm starting off by taking a very light foundation and placing that everywhere before finding my Slytherin headband and returning it to its rightful place on my head. And then I'm just blending out the foundation. I don't want this particularly good looking or natural in any way. The idea that I had for the Ouija makeup look was to make it look like you're being possessed by a spirit from the board, and it was slowly turning you, or it was causing you to become the board itself. I'm then taking a cream foundation and brushing it on my cheeks, and I eventually take this same foundation to my nose. I am avoiding the area of my eyes, underneath and around, that naturally include my bags, so I'm just placing it along the cheekbones and kind of apple of my cheek. I'm doing this so it makes it a bit easier and a bit more realistic once I start adding my bags under my eyes later on. Then y'all know the drill by now, and if you don't, I'm just taking a powder puff and baby powder and I am powdering my face and setting that makeup. Next, I'm taking a gray eyeshadow and I am blending this into the contours and hollows of my face very heavily. Like I said, I wanted this look to be more like you were being possessed by a spirit from the Ouija board, and it turned you into the board itself so that it can communicate. So I wanted to have kind of this starved, emaciated look. And then, of course, later on, when I add my bags underneath my eyes, I'm doing that all in the effort to look tired and drained and just not in the best of health. Here I'm just blending some browns, and eventually I'll be adding gray to my inner corner to kind of give me the sunken eye look and further add to the not in generally good health. Then I'm going in with this eyeshadow palette, which I feel I've used for almost every single makeup look this series has. This has been the true MVP of this series. And I'm taking the purples and blues on the palette, and I'm doing this very differently than how I did my bruising around my eye, where I'm trying to blend this out as much as I can, and I'm trying to make it very seamless. I'm then taking a dark red and then a reddish brown, and I'm brushing that underneath and into the inner corners of my eyes to make it kind of look like I have irritated eyes, so maybe I've been crying or, you know, something has happened to my eyes. Now I'm taking some gray and I am blending it into more contours and creases of my face. So you're gonna see me make a few funny faces. Now I'm taking a brown eyeshadow because I knew that the wig I was going to wear later was brown. But of course, do your eyebrows to coordinate with whatever wig or hair you are going to be having for that look. And I'm not filling them in super heavily. I'm more just kind of trying to take care of the sparse areas of my eyebrows and leave it at that, so as to, you know, not make this look like a glam look by any stretch. I'm going back in and I am just kind of lightening up this area again because I felt like it was getting too dark, and I put powder on it, but apparently I didn't record that. Now, I have this sheet of paper that I have written all the numbers and the letters of the alphabet and hello and goodbye and then yes and no on. And I'm going in with an eyeliner pen and I'm drawing each of the numbers and letters and words by hand. I very much recommend doing this if you're going to be doing any sort of writing on yourself, because what looks, you know, proper to you is going to look backwards to the rest of the world. And if you see here, I messed up the J because I started going the wrong way to the rest of the world, but it was the right way to me. So take your time with this. Do not rush this by any means. And you see here, make sure you plan this out properly because I did not have enough space in this first line for the C and the D. But that just lends itself to the more on the fly. And my chest area when I'm wearing a tank top is very small. So I had to really cram everything together. That's why the lines are split up the way they are. I have 13 letters per line. I started with A to M on the top, and I had H as my middle letter. And then on the bottom, it was N to Z with T as my middle letter. Putting a letter in the middle, like T and H, will give you the right spatial awareness for this because you are writing so much on yourself. And then I'm writing hello and goodbye down here. I kind of messed up, but that's because I'm writing on myself backwards. And yeah, so take your time. Be aware that it is makeup, so you can wash it off if it doesn't turn out right. And make sure you write them out beforehand on a sheet of paper and hold it up in the mirror. Now that I've got everything written, I'm just going in with a red lipstick and a small brush. And I'm just going over all of the lettering with this red lipstick. I'm doing this as a base If you want to go in with blood immediately, like if you're using scab blood, that is a-okay. I'm just doing this because I could not find my scab blood, so I had to resort to this. And there are a couple of times where I will stop doing a step and then come back and it's all done. That's because this was such a long and tedious process, and I didn't want to fill up the video with this because it already is like a 19-minute video. I didn't want to fill all that up with just watching me do something tedious like tracing letters with lipstick. I'm going in with a dark red eyeshadow now, and I am setting all of that lipstick. You could, of course, use translucent setting powder, but I just did this to add more depth to the cuts. And then I am blending some pinks and peaches to give my skin a bit of irritation, and that's pretty much the only amount of color that I'm letting in. Mixing up blood. So if you want a good, cheap way to make blood that will stay in place and stay all night, I would suggest doing what I do, which is mixing a little bit of liquid latex and a little bit of fake blood together. This will create a blood type consistency with the drying powers of liquid latex. Of course, if you are allergic to liquid latex, please do not do this. I care for your safety. And then I'm just taking a palette knife and I am putting this all in the cuts, and I'm letting it drip by adding excess amounts of it in certain areas. Now with that all done, it's time for the final touches. I'm adding a bit of some of that regular fake blood, and I am putting that all over my cuts. And then the last thing is I'm taking some eyeliner. You can of course use body paint, lipstick, eyeshadow, whatever you have on hand. And I am mixing that with a bit of water. And I'm applying the black eyeliner to my lips to make it look like ink. And I'm just letting that drip down before also adding this to my eyes and giving them the exact same treatment. Now, these hands are nice and cute, but they're not gritty enough for this look, so I just brushed some of the black eyeliner over my fingernails. And there you have it, guys. My classic Ouija board makeup, and I think it's a drastic improvement to how I did it before. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more. Ring the bell for notifications. And yeah, just stick around because we have 23 more days. Yeah, 23. So thanks so much for watching. Bye, maniacs.